Hello and welcome to solo practice routine number 3. This is called the Corner Informer. This is just a reminder that a free poster is available of this routine. It's available in black and white and colour and is very high resolution, so can be printed up to A3 size. Links are in the description. In an attempt to streamline the production process, I've removed the face-to-face camera work at the beginning, so let me know if you prefer this style or the other style. Let's get started by looking at the poster. This routine helps you understand the angles involved in corners. You need to know where the ball hits the front wall or side wall, where it will come back into the court. It also improves your cutting action. Your cutting action is the ability to swing quite hard while heavily slicing the ball but still controlling it. And it also improves your swing adaptability. The ball generally never comes back to where we expect it to in real matches, so being able to adapt your swing slightly to get the ball where you want to go is very important. The prerequisite and target audience is club player standard, meaning you've been playing club squash for a little while now. Also that you've watched and practiced the side-to-side video and are able to do at least 10 with no mistakes. The time required, as it says, is 12 minutes. That's for one complete set. If you wanted to, you could just do 12 minutes and you would have done the complete routine. Before I begin to explain the routine in details, I want to remind you about the solo practice principles. Number 1, change your approach to solo routines. Don't do it because you're waiting for your opponent, do it because it's one of the best ways to improve the game. Make it a conscious effort to practice on your own. Number 2, don't go on court without a set routine planned. Don't just go there and just hit some shots. Know what you're going to do before, and also use time sets or shot numbers. Don't just hit with no objective in mind. Number 3, do what you need to do, not what you're good at. You often see people doing shots that they're already good at because they enjoy doing it. Don't be one of those people. Work on the things that you need to work on, not the things that you like to work on. Number 4, pressure yourself. If you don't have any pressure when you're practicing solo, then you're not recreating something from the real match. If you make a mistake, go back to 0. You don't have to do it on every single set that you do, but on some of them. Number 5, don't just hit with purpose. And what that means is, instead of just saying, I'm just going to hit the ball along the wall, off the back wall, no. What you're going to do is you're going to hit the ball just below the service line. You're going to hit the ball so it bounces just behind the service box, and it's going to come off the back wall just about a racket width's height. The more you know about what you're trying to do, the more likely you are to do it perfectly. Before we get on to videos of me hitting the ball and explaining each of the shots in detail, I wanted to give you an overview of the routine. The first thing you'll notice is that all of the shots are on the bounce. It's very common to do figure of 8s or butterflies on the volley, but for all of these shots, the ball must bounce. If you're new to my routines, you'll notice that there are alternating side to sides. This is done for a number of reasons. Number 1, it's make sure that you and the ball stay hot. And number 2, it's make sure that you don't get bored doing any exercise for too long. I'll explain the difference between inline accuracy and offset accuracy when I'm showing you the routine. You'll notice that there are 5 exercises. Number 1, the figure of 8 or butterfly, is done twice. Number 2 is the front forehand corners. Number 3 is the left front corner. It's a slightly different exercise. Number 4 is the backhand front corners, and number 5 is the right hand side corner. The front and the forehand and the backhand are assuming that you are right-handed. First thing I want you to notice is that I'm using targets instead of the service box width. I'm doing this because I want to focus on the accuracy of my shots. The targets that I've chosen to use are little plastic rulers. They're very thin and they're perfect for putting on the floor, and if the ball hits them, I can continue with the exercise. If you prefer, you can use pieces of A4 paper. Put them about where the service box width is away from the wall. That's the sort of distance that you should be aiming for. And make sure that they are in line. Both of them are parallel with the front wall. Remember, you should already be comfortable doing the side to sides, so if this is the first time that you're doing the exercise, stop and just go and do the side to side practice on its own. What we're looking for this minute is accuracy. You're trying to hit each shot so it hits those targets. It's a lot harder than it looks, and I don't want you to be hitting the ball hard. Focus on accuracy. And remember, you and the ball should be hot before you even start doing this exercise. The figure of eights, sometimes called the butterfly. It's an impressive exercise when done well. The key is to build up a rhythm. Stand just in front of the tee and on your forehand, hit the ball into the front left corner, aiming for the wall quite close to the sidewall. If you hit it too far away from the sidewall, the ball won't come back to you. If you hit it too close to the sidewall, the ball will come directly at you and making it hard for you to hit your backhand. Try to keep the ball low and aim for accuracy more than power. Prepare early and cut the ball as if you were trying to hit as much slice as possible. Okay, so you're back to your side to sides. This time we're doing what I call offset accuracy. This is when you take one of the targets and you move it one racket length further away from the front wall. This requires you to focus on the timing of your shot. You will be moving forwards and backwards. You can either hit the ball slightly earlier or you can change the angle of the racket head. I think that this is a very difficult exercise, so if it's too hard for you, go back to the inline accuracy ones. Standing just in front of the tee, your objective is to hit the ball against the front wall quite close to the sidewall so that it comes back to you, and repeat that action. You can hit the ball hard or you can hit the ball soft. You can hit it with a lot of slice or you can hit it flat. The key is to finding the angle so that it comes back as close to where you want it to as possible. You'll notice that I don't have time to have my racket prepared in a stopped position before I hit the ball, but that's okay, because you're looking to just get better and better at preparing as early as possible. Always aim for accuracy over power. If you can't keep hitting the ball accurately, slow it down until you can. Don't get too close to the ball and keep it as low as you can as well. We're back to our inline accuracy side to side shots. Remember to keep your head still and watch the ball hit your strings. Don't hit the ball too low to make sure that you can keep the ball going. See if you can do the whole minute with no mistakes. Standing about halfway between the short line and the front wall, face the left hand front corner. Hit a forehand shot so it hits the front wall and then the side wall and comes back towards your backhand. And then hit a backhand so it hits the side wall and then hits the front wall and comes towards your forehand. You're looking to build a rhythm, not hit the ball too hard. Always aim for accuracy over power. If you hit the ball accurately, you'll notice that there's very little movement of my feet, but you'll also notice there's plenty of rotation of my hips. Here's the second set of your offset accuracy. You should notice a small improvement from the first time you did it, but you're still going to have to work hard to concentrate on getting the angle just right. Keep your head still and don't get too close to the ball. Now you're back onto the figure of eights. Don't be tempted to start hitting the ball harder just because you've already done one set. Find the rhythm that works for you, that allows you to be accurate but still is quite fast. Here is the third and last set of inline accuracy. What can I tell you that you don't already know? Keep your head still and focus on the angle of the racket head as you make contact with the ball. Backhand corner drives. Just like the forehand, don't get too close to the front wall. Don't hit the ball too hard. Prepare early and turn your shoulders. Focus on the point of contact that the ball makes with the front wall. If you make a mistake, just pick it up and start again. Try to build a rhythm. Third and final set of the offset accuracy. It's quite possible that this one is driving you crazy, but stick with it. You'll get used to changing the angle so that the ball goes away from you or towards you. This is a very important skill. Okay, here we go, final set. You've already done this exercise, but you were facing the left corner. Now you're facing the right. There's really not much difference, and you should be able to build up your rhythm. Focus on where the ball hits the side and the front wall, because you'll be able to control where it comes back. Too close into the corner and it will come too much at you. Too far away from either side and it will go away from you. There are no real variations of progressions for this one. You could begin to hit the ball harder, you could stand closer to the front wall in some cases, but I don't really recommend that. At some point in the future, I'll be doing this routine, but on the volley with some slight variations. There's nothing left for you to do now except get on court and practice. If you think my channel and videos are useful, please subscribe and turn on notifications. This is the previous solo practice routine. It's called the double cross. Go try it. This is a series of 5 things to help you improve your game. Remember, do something every single day to improve your squash. See ya!